All right. Hi. I can see the live chat there, so if anybody types anything in the live chat, we should be able to see it. My name is Richard Liston. I'm founder and president of Sphere College Project, and we are here in the Haynes Branch Library in Mooresboro, North Carolina, and I have with me Harold Ervin and Kelby Moore. And we are here to begin a series of discussions on an extremely important topic, that of successful reentry from the prison system. This is a space that Sphere College Project has found ourselves working in, particularly more over the past year, because to my right, Harold, well, actually, why don't you tell people a little about yourself?
My name is Harold Ervin. I got an anniversary coming up. The 14th is when I got out of prison. I've been out a year. Stayed in prison 30 years. And if it hadn't been for this program, I don't think I'd have made it. You see, all the help and stuff they say that's out there, all the churches and all these organizations, they only do so much. Some of them do help a little bit, but they don't, I don't know if they do it for publicity or whatnot, but they really don't. They don't stand with you like you need.
Oh, we need to speak louder? Okay.
That's what people are typing.
Oh. Okay. Thank you.
Well, excuse me. I know I'm talking this low, but my name is Harold Ervin. I've been in prison for 30 years. I've been out a year now. My anniversary is February the 14th. And the big success that I've had since I've been home was the Sphere College Project and the members in the Sphere. The churches turned their backs on me. All the help organizations turned their back on me. You know, they helped for a little while and then they turned their backs on me. So what's been keeping me straight and focused with a job, an automobile, and a home over my head, a roof over my head, was the Sphere College program. And I'm still in shock, y'all. I mean, I went to prison as a young man. I got out over 50 years old. I'm still in shock. It's like they didn't even have cell phones when I went to prison. They had phone booths. Nobody, I don't even never seen a phone booth now. So I needed their help. I needed this help. I needed that crutch or whatever you want to call it to keep me focused, to keep me from going back to prison.
Thank you. Kelby, I know more about Harold than I do about you.
Well, my name is Kelby Moore. That's my uncle over there. And part of my situation was, I did 15 years, so may not been the same as his situation, but they basically the same. I've come home and partaked in actually walking a straight line, and it has took me further than I ever thought I could go. So I'm willing to be a part of this program to see just how far I can help to bring along those who don't really catch on the right way. I've been working for the last 4 years, same job, roof over my head, everything's going pleasant. Then to come to this program and see how it's helping those that didn't have the chance that I have to walk that line, just to be focused on that. So I'm intrigued by this whole situation to see where it goes and how it works. But I'm willing to let you know everything that I've been through to get to this point. It's pretty much my work on this.
All right. Thank you. Thank both of you for being here and being willing to try this new thing. So the idea is that we're going to do a series. I mean, I want to do this every Saturday, a live stream. This is the first one, so we're learning. I don't even know if you can hear me now. It's not your voice. It's because the mic is on the laptop, which is sitting over there on the table. And, that's, so I'm getting some, come in. Okay.
I got 20 texts that it's coming out garbled and not clear.
Okay.
So I would suggest you get closer to the mic.
Is anybody, well, let's keep, watch
I
out.
want to pull this cord.
Yeah.
Or bring the computer closer to you.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
So we can slide it over.
and it's like a volume up.
All right, so I gotta look at the, no, that's okay, I think all right, okay, so that looks like it'll work. So I'm not seeing the video. I'm getting no chats, nothing in the chat. I'm getting, here, I'm gonna type something in the chat.
The last chat that's much better.
Oh, good. Oh, we got 7 watching.
Yeah, those are my people.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
I don't think they said it's better, so let's just go with that. So the idea is that we're going to have plenty of time to talk about all the topics that we need to. We don't have to squeeze everything into today. We're just getting started, getting to know us, to talk about what this is going to be about. We're planning. What I'd like to see this be is we have guests who are all stakeholders, and participants in this system that we find ourselves in. It could be parole officers, administrators, former inmates, and I want to also, one topic that I want to put in here is what kind of language do we use? What language do we use to refer to a group of people who were formerly in prison? There's a lot of different ways to refer to people, but I want to use something that is, not sort of an indicator that somebody's going to go back or something. And I don't see why people need to identify as, I'm a former inmate. I mean, that doesn't, people don't have to walk around with that kind of, image, self-image. I mean, it could be, I'm a person who is on a different track than I used to be. So topics like this, we can, go into in depth. We'd love to hear in comments below the video what you'd like to hear, any questions you'd like to see us address, any topics that are important to you. We can have family members, come on for some discussion, so everybody can see this from different standpoints. Politicians, I'd love to have politicians on here. Yeah, so that's kind of a setting for where I see us headed. Anything you guys want to add at this point?
Was my introduction heard? It was real blurry. I want to know if anybody out there could let me know if my introduction was heard.
I think it would be useful if you could give some examples of some of the challenges that you had when you got out.
Yeah, we can, I guess, assume for now that the sound is okay until we hear or later, but yeah, that would be a good.
Well, I can start off. Well, when I was released, I come home and the challenge was what was my background of work history, and I had none, so I went to unemployment office, whatever. But to solve it all, I just ended up getting, applying myself, and it all worked out. Far as like dealing with situations, moved away from, and I'm gonna be honest, I really my road to redemption has been a little not bumpy, but it's been a little smooth. And really, with me, I'm willing just to per se grab somebody's hand and lead them. Whatever I can say or give or whatever, I'm willing. So I guess it's gonna take a little time for me to feel out to what's going on, but I would think that my uncle's situation was a little more bumpier than mine, but I probably could add in to what, because we kind of is different, but all the same.
My situation, the roughest thing I'm having to deal with right now is going back to prison. Because a lot of days I feel like going back to prison. That's all I know. I've done more time in prison than I've done in the world. And that's all I know. I ain't have to pay no bills. I ain't have to have no problems. All my food was cooked for me. My clothes was done for me. Now I'm out here, I got to do all this on my own. And the checks ain't adding up. The checks ain't stretching. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been to 6 family members' funerals since I've been out. This is rough out here. I really, really, really appreciate this peer program. I'm having a rough time out here. If it weren't for them, I'd have been back. And I'm just keeping it real. Because it's a safe haven. I ain't have all these worries and problems and bills. I just found out I got a daughter. She's 36. She's living with me now. I had to go get her. She's in an abusive relationship. Got 2 grandsons. Never met them. I don't know, man. One for this guy here. And never know.
Yeah.
I'd have been back. Just keeping it real. Y'all want to know the truth? A lot of guys go back to prison because they can't handle the streets, man. If they be honest, that's what's wrong. Ain't no help, man. I got a job. I done had 3 jobs since I've been out. It's rough, but if you got somebody to not carry you, but walk with you, ups and downs, struggles, it's a lot easier. It makes it a lot easier. Not just, I don't want to bash on the churches and the organizations that's on the books that's supposed to help you. I don't want to bash them out. My personal experience, they didn't help me. I don't know if I've been down too long for them or whatever. Most of the organizations can't even fit me in the program because I've been in prison 30 years. I had to physically pay my parole fee because the digits on my inmate number ain't even registering in the system. That's how old my sentence is. There's not that many of us left in the prison system. But I'm just saying, I done seen guys been in there 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, back to back to back to back. That's probably what it is. It's a safe haven. And ain't no help for them.
Well, most they keep their job by going back.
Mm-hmm.
So that keeps money.
Mm-hmm.
And $45 after 11 years.
They gave me a gate check for $45 after 30 years. That's what you get when you get out of prison, $45. There you go. See you later. They might take you to the shelter. If they ain't busy doing something else.
Been blessed though, and I'm willing to keep working. What works.
So let me just check in. Do you know how the sound is going? Sound is poor. Do you know if they can hear anything? They can hear some.
Choppy
Got it.
and low is the consistent, but I think people who are on Verizon are because there's a lot of people not complaining. I sent it to 30 people.
Yeah. My guess is it's the wireless here. We're not able to send a lot of data, so it does that. So maybe if we can speak slower and just speak at the mic.
Articulate.
Yeah.
And your voice goes like a line to the mic.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll try that, and then we'll work on a better setup for next week. I'm just delighted that we got this going at all because it was touch and go for a while. So,
You two are being heard better than you. So get your voice when you talk right at the mic.
All right. And that would be like right there. Kinda.
Just think of a line going right to the middle of the laptop.
All right. I hope I sound right now.
so let's see. What do we got? 8 watching. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. If any of you have any questions you'd like to ask, I'd love to have this be audience driven. Certainly you have plenty of questions to ask about their experiences and well, just anything. So in the meantime, we've got Audrey and Brian behind the camera. Do you have any questions you'd like to feed to us in the interim?
I would at some point, this is. Hey everyone, this is Brian. Thank you for joining us. I would recommend at the right time that it feels appropriate to maybe share some of the skills and tools that people learn when they're working with the communication project techniques within Sphere, and perhaps a sample of what happens when a mentor is set up with a mentee.
I guess you would be more better at that because I'm just now kind of like getting it, like.
Well, I call this guy, this is my mentor right here. His name is Richard. I call him my big brother, my father, my uncle. He's been everything to me. Excuse me. And I call him daily, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. Because I need somebody that'll listen to me, whether I'm venting or sharing anything. And he's done been to all them family funerals I said I've been to with me. He's been riding with me. And I don't know if I could have done it without him, man. We do. I'm kind of catching up on my math skills.
Can I break in here for just a second?
Mm-hmm.
You have come from a particularly large family.
Yes.
And then you have a particularly large family and a lot of cousins, and you're a native from this area, and you have a large extended family. So when you say that you've had a large number of funerals of deaths in your family in the last year. I mean, it's helped you a lot. I think just having the relationship of Richard, you know, when you talk about the mentorship, you know, but I mean, I think it's just, I mean, for me, it just seems like, you know, it's a large number from my background. It's like, you know, it seems like a very large number. 8 people?
6.
6, I'm sorry, yeah.
I'm the baby of 9 siblings.
Yeah.
And all of my siblings, kids, the oldest kids of my age are older than me. And my mama had me when she was 45, my daddy was 50. She said she thought she had a tumor. And then here I come. After all her kids done had kids. And so, you know, I got a whole lot. This is my nephew. His daddy is my oldest nephew. The oldest nephew I got, and he's passed away. May he rest in peace. Charles Ervin. That's my oldest nephew. That's his oldest son right there. And they call me Baby Harold, or Harold Baby. I can't get my nieces and nephews to call me Uncle. So my great nieces and nephews call me Uncle. Because they're all older than me. And a very large family. It was close-knit when my mother was alive. While I was in prison, my mother passed, my sisters passed. It's just 4 of us out of 9 now. Siblings. And a bunch of nieces and stuff and nephews that passed away. I guess that's what it is when you're in a large family, you know. I had a lot of deaths while I was in prison, and that's 6 since I've been out. I had never been to any of them funerals.
Not to take the mic from me. On my point with my family, me and my son, this was my breakup point. Me and my son was like based in the same prison. I was able to get a visit with him prior to the time that he was getting out. Roughly, we say 2 or 3 days, we got to visit together. Long story short, within 6 months, he was killed. So that gave me a real eye opener to know that, you know, you got to stand for something or fall for nothing. So now I push hard to walk that line and do what's right, which is not that hard if you put your mind to it and do and follow your heart. It's been like 2 years now since he's passed. It's kind of rough to talk about it because I really don't never even expose it. But you learn, and you learn, and you go with it. So I'm willing, you know, whatever it takes in this situation, I'm willing to walk that line and push hard.
I never met my nephew, my great nephew. I've never met him before. I had a few family members I've never met and I've passed on. But life is hard, man. Life is a struggle. And you need some help. You know, I got in a relationship while I was in prison and married a girl. You know, and I didn't know her. I learned it when I got out. You know, so and she wasn't what I thought it was. So every situation I've been in, it's been a struggle. It's getting better though. As Richard tell me, you learn from your mistakes, you learn from them struggles, learn from your mistakes, knowing not to do it over again. It's learning experiences. So one day I could be a mentor of some of the guys getting out, kind of lead them in the direction where I went through so I could help them. He's building me up to be a mentor to guys that's coming out. Especially guys, I really want to deal with guys that have been down 20, 30 years like me. All first-time offender youths. Them guys been in 4 or 5 times. Prisons are safe havens for them. They come and get off drugs for a while, whatever. Get themselves back together and back out and back in, back out, back out. I've been on the inside, I know what that is. Guys been out 20, 30 years of first-time offender youth. That's my interest.
All right. Thank you guys. You're doing great. I'm noticing that we're actually seeing a whole bunch of chats out there, which I'm going to go read now. And it's going to look weird with me on the camera, but hey, here I am. Wow. Okay. So we've got Connie. Hi, Connie. Thank you for tuning in. And Philip is here. Okay. Yeah, it's mostly about sound. Sound is better, but audio is low and choppy. Okay, I see. And so everybody tuning in can see that as well. Okay. So let's see what our timing is like.
41 minutes on air.
Oh, all right. Time passes quickly. So we're going to wrap this up in about 10 minutes. So if anybody has questions, send them on the chat. So let me be a little clear. Let me take a little time and talk about Sphere, the concept of Sphere, how it happened, how we met, and so to give people a little bit more context. 11 years ago in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, I founded what I had hoped to be a college, Sphere College, which would provide the kind of education that is available to a certain part of the population to anybody and everybody, and do it really kind of the way that musicians learn. Because when I became a professional musician, as I was learning, along the way I got mentors. I had private teachers who were assigned to me. I went to a particular school because that teacher was there, or because of the opportunities that were available. I looked at society and what people need, and I see people working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, or 5 days a week, 12 hours a day, as Harold is currently doing. But wanting access to resources and knowledge to be able to do something, find their niche in the world. And so I designed a program, a 3-phase program. First phase, figure out what you want to do with your life at this point. Second phase, gain the skills to do it using whatever resources are available in the community or online, but through mentorship that may be attending a local community college or applying to a college and going into a program, or it may be using the library locally or finding other people in the community who know that skill and who are willing to take their time to impart that skill. So that's phase 2. Phase 3 is do a project that puts that passion into action using the skills that were developed along the way. The program goes, rather than having a fixed length program, because everybody's life is different, some people will go through in no time, some people will take a long time. We've been at this, basically prototyping this program for 11 years now. That is, no one has yet finished the program. Although there are some people who have been participating over the years who have been doing some amazing work and can be considered to be in their phase 3, but we just haven't had the resources available to create the infrastructure necessary. So we're doing it, learning along the way, and we're going to work together to create this thing. This live stream is part of it. I would love to be a part of it. We are a nonprofit organization in North Carolina, a 501c3 organization. That means we can take donations, and you can receive a tax benefit for donating. We have a couple of methods for donations if you would like to help us out. One would be a direct flat donation to donations@spherecollege.org, and I'll put that in the comments. You can see that I brought a thing to write on, but it's too much to bother with right now. What? Here. Oh, here. No, I don't have it. What?
Let me grab it.
No pen.
Huh?
No, I don't
There's no
know.
marker.
Oh, no marker.
Oh, I can go. I got a pen and something to write. Like, if you want, grab my coat.
All right.
We'll do that. And the other is I just set up a Patreon account that, no, actually it's not that one. It is one of my coat. Thanks. Because I have cards in here I can write on. We just set up a Patreon account, and that is a place where people can put down a monthly pledge of like $5 a month. And there are no supporters on there right now, and maybe over the next week we will see some supporters, or we will see some donations. But that we do need an influx of funds to keep doing what we're doing. So, donations at spherecollege.org. I don't know how this shows up on there. Can you see it? It'll
Let me
take.
see. Closer. Closer. Closer if you can. Yes, now it works. Leave it there.
Okay. They can freeze on the frame if they want, or go back to it, as long as you can see it for a second.
They got it.
Okay. That's one place. And the other is, I think this is right. No, I'm gonna have to check it on my phone. We got 5 minutes. These stories are so important. Thank you. I agree.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
It's hard to believe people care. My door's been shut in my face so much. I've been lied to so much. It's hard to believe people care. It's just hard. It's just hard to believe.
I would imagine it's hard to, it'll take, I appreciate your trust. I mean, you've trusted me. We've trusted each other. And that's what it's going to require. a topic, and maybe that could be the topic of next week. Who do you trust, and why, and for what? All of that. That's, to me, that's one of the most important
What do you
topics.
believe? What do you believe?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's talk about that next week. Everybody, join us. Maybe we'll have it working at 11 o'clock next Saturday. We'll see. We'll certainly try it. The URL will be different, but the channel will be the same. So let me see if this is
50 minutes currently.
Is there a microphone hookup on that computer?
You know, I actually brought.
We will have it one next week.
Yeah.
Be sure to work on it myself.
A triple jack.
I have perfect volume and perfect reception the whole time.
Great. So
But that's not.
patreon.com/SphereCollegeProject. I'll write this down.
See, the thing is, you have to have trust and faith to keep going. You really do. Because you have to believe in something. Otherwise,
One foot behind
it's
the other.
just, it's too hard to get up out of bed.
Yeah.
Closer?
There you go.
Okay.
Leave it there.
All right. They can freeze on it and they'll find it. Thank you. Oh, there's typing from Connie. Thank you. Connie says, I believe that most people have no idea how hard it is for people coming out of prison and the lack of supports. I think what Sphere College is doing is important. Thank you. We need to be educated. Harold and your nephew, sorry I didn't get your name, Kelby, Kelby, Kelby. Yep,
What's her name?
her name is Connie.
Thank you, Connie. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
53 minutes. We can end any time. I mean, I think this is a good introduction to what we're about, what we're going to do, what we're planning to do. Would love to see comments. Help us share this video if you think it's important, and let people know. There's Connie saying thank you, and I believe in you and this program. Okay, we're
One step at a time.
yeah. Okay, so we'll see what we can do next Saturday,
What time?
11 a.m. Eastern Time on this channel. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Highly appreciate it.
Okay, let me try to
Yes,
gracefully end this.
volunteers.
Okay. This is still on, by the way, folks. We're still streaming. How do I stop this thing?